Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're cutting straight into a really critical and expanding sector, the global breast cancer treatment market. We've got this comprehensive market report here from Cognitive Market Research. And our mission, like always, is to sift through all that data, pull out the key nuggets, help you get really well informed on this vital healthcare sector. Some surprising facts, clear takeaways. Okay, let's unpack this.
Exactly. And, when we look at market figures like these, it's not just abstract numbers. We're actually seeing a direct reflection of major global healthcare trends, advancements. Charting where medical innovation and patient care are, well, making the biggest leaps, these valuations, these growth projections, they give a pretty clear picture of the market's trajectory and its impact.
And wow, what a trajectory. Let's start with the big picture, the global market's impressive expansion. So back in 2021, the market was valued at around, $29.7 billion. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's projected to jump to over $42 billion by 2025 and then surge, this is amazing, to nearly $86 billion, $85.7 billion by 2033. That's a compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, of over 9.2%. That's healthy. So what on earth is fueling this incredible surge?
Well, the sheer scale of that projected growth is quite striking, isn't it? It signals more than just an expanding market. It suggests a global response to ongoing health challenges, driven by significant advancements in treatments, diagnostics, and crucially, better access to these innovations. These numbers really underscore a necessary and robust push forward in global health.
That's a powerful way to put it. Okay, so let's zoom in a bit. Where is this money being spent? Which regions are really leading the charge? North America, for instance, still a dominant player, growing from about $12.5 billion in 2021 to a projected $34.3 billion by 2033. That's an 8.8% CAGR. The United States, no surprise there, holds the lion's share, over $10.6 billion in 2021, heading towards almost $29 billion. What I found interesting, actually, is Canada, showing even faster growth rate, almost 9.7% CAGR. Moving from just over $1.1 billion to over $3.4 billion.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And Mexico is strong, too, over 9% CAGR.
Yeah, it's insightful seeing North America's huge contribution and Canada's slightly higher CAGR compared to the U.S. That's interesting, right? It might reflect some unique national dynamics, maybe related to its universal healthcare system, enabling broader access perhaps to newer, more expensive therapies, or specific government initiatives pushing early detection and advanced care. It shows that even within established markets, you get different strategies, different growth paces.
That's a really good point, a critical distinction. Okay, moving across the pond to Europe, we see its market expanding too, nearly $6.5 billion in 2021 to over $17.6 billion by 2033. That's an 8.78% CAGR. Pretty solid. Germany looks particularly strong, over 9.5% CAGR. The UK close behind, 9.1%. Then you got France, Italy, Spain, all in the 8-9% range. Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, Luxembourg too. Russia, though, is a bit lower comparatively, around 7.6% CAGR.
And that varied pace across Europe, it tells an interesting story. Germany's strong performance, for example, well, that could be linked to its robust healthcare infrastructure, strong R&D investment, maybe a population generally receptive to new treatments. Meanwhile, other nations, while growing steadily, might face, different regulatory hurdles or different public health spending priorities, all influencing their market expansion.
Right. Now, if you want to see aggressive growth, let's talk Asia Pacific. This region really showed the most dynamic expansion. It's kind of rocketing from nearly $6.8 billion in 2021 to an estimated $22 billion by 2033. That's a powerful 10.26% CAGR. Just huge. China is definitely leading the charge, over 10.4% CAGR. But what really stands out, wow, is India's growth. It's truly remarkable. It has the highest overall AGR we're talking about today, almost 11.2%. And we also see incredible performances from Singapore, over 10.5%, in Southeast Asia, over 10.8%, Japan, South Korea, Australia, Taiwan, all strong too, mostly in the 9% range.
The dynamism in the Asia-Pacific market is absolutely fascinating, really. This rapid expansion, it isn't just about large populations, you see. It's a testament to rapidly developing healthcare infrastructure, a growing middle class with more disposable income, maybe, and certainly a growing focus on early diagnosis and getting access to treatment, India's standout performance. Well, that suggests a mix of factors: rising awareness, greater access to facilities, maybe more aggressive adoption of newer therapies. Even as its system evolves, it really makes you wonder how quickly those foundational elements are shifting over there.
Incredible numbers. Okay, shifting continents again. South America. This market also saw significant expansion, over $1.7 billion in 2021 to over $5.2 billion by 2033, a 9.5% CAGR overall. And here's another striking figure, Argentina, seeing impressive double-digit growth, over 10% CAGR. Brazil's strong too, over 9.4%. Chile nearly 9.8%.
Yeah.
Colombia, Peru also showing solid growth.
Yeah, those growth rates in South America are a very clear indicator. There's an expanding need for advanced healthcare solutions across the region. It points to, well, ongoing improvements in healthcare access, increased public awareness, and a growing focus on specialized treatments. It reflects a broader maturing of their healthcare systems.
Makes sense. Next up, the Middle East market shows robust growth too. Nearly $1.2 billion in 2021 to over $3.5 billion by 2033. That's a 9.47% CAGR. The UAE is a standout here. Strong double-digit growth, again over 10%. Saudi Arabia performing well too, over 9.5%. Turkey, Egypt, Qatar, all solid.
Right, and the robust expansion in the Middle East, often tied to significant national investments. In healthcare infrastructure, patient care. Many countries there are actively diversifying their economies away from oil. And public health initiatives, including oncology, they're becoming a key priority, which naturally drives demand for these advanced treatments.
Okay, and finally, let's touch on Africa. This market expanded from nearly $980 million in 2021 to over $2.8 billion by 2033, growing at an 8.78% CAGR. Both Nigeria and South Africa show solid growth, with South Africa notably over 9.3%.
And, this broad-based growth, seeing it across every major continent, it truly underscores the global imperative in tackling breast cancer treatment. It really highlights that this isn't just a localized challenge. It's a worldwide phenomenon, consistently driving innovation, investment, and the urgent need for accessible care everywhere.
So, okay, we've seen where the market is booming, a lot of places. But the real deep dive question is, why? What's truly fueling this incredible global surge? The report points to three key things: advanced drug development, early detection technologies, and increased awareness.
Precisely. And let's maybe break those down a little. So, advanced drug development. What does that mean, really? Basically, we're seeing a big shift away from, say, traditional chemotherapy towards highly targeted therapies and immunotherapies. So, for instance, targeted drugs can go after cancer cells that have specific genetic mutations, often with fewer side effects, which is huge. Immunotherapies, well, they harness your body's own immune system to fight the cancer, entirely new ways of treating it. These innovations aren't just more effective sometimes, they also broaden the patient population who can actually benefit from these specific treatments.
Okay, that makes sense. More options, better targeting. And what about early detection technologies?
Yeah.
How does that drive growth?
Right, so early detection isn't just about remembering to get checkups, so that's important. It's about sophisticated diagnostic advancements. Think about emerging tech like liquid biopsies, detecting cancer markers from just a blood sample. That's amazing. Or AI-powered image analysis that really improves the accuracy of mammograms, other screening tools. When cancer is caught earlier, treatment's often more successful, right? It can be less intensive, and you can use a broader range of therapies. All that activity contributes to the market.
Ah, okay, I see. Earlier detection means more treatment avenues open up sooner. Oh, got it. And the third driver, increased awareness. How's that translate into market expansion? Is it just PSAs?
Well, it's more than just PSAs, though they help. Increased awareness really refers to, heightened public education campaigns, better screening programs, and also, importantly, reduced stigma around the disease. When more people know the symptoms, know the screening guidelines, understand why early intervention matters, it naturally leads to more diagnoses happening earlier. And more diagnoses, well, that leads to greater demand for treatments and diagnostic services. It's a fundamental public health effort that directly feeds into market growth by bringing more patients into the treatment pathway.
Right, it's clear then. The breast cancer treatment market is seeing this really robust global expansion. Double-digit growth in quite a few regions, especially dynamic places like Asia-Pacific, parts of South America, the Middle East. The future of this market looks, well, absolutely promising and impactful, not just economically, but for global health.
Exactly. And, if we connect this to the bigger picture, step back for a moment, this sustained, impactful growth, it kind of invites us to consider, doesn't it? How will these accelerating trends ultimately reshape healthcare accessibility, around the world? What new medical innovations might all this investment actually lead to? And maybe most importantly, how will this directly affect global health outcomes for individuals, for people like you or maybe someone you know, as we move towards 2033 and beyond? Something to think about.
That is a powerful thought to leave you all with. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the breast cancer treatment market today. We really hope you'll reflect on some of these insights and how these market dynamics truly show significant shifts happening in global health.
Understanding these critical global market insights, it really helps you stay informed, stay ahead in what is a very rapidly evolving world. Until next time, keep that curiosity alive.